Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to How It's Designed in another Solidworks video tutorial episode thingy. In this video, we're going to do a beginner overview of the Solidworks design tree and just the basics of the interface you see here on my screen. I have an example part pulled up that I drew real quick just to show you the layout. So if you're not familiar with it, pay attention. This should be a pretty short one. So on the left hand side, this is called the design tree. We have our different features displayed in the order that we created them. Now each feature should always have a sketch where it derived from. So our first step of extruding from sketch 1, you'll see we started with this sketch here and we extruded it using an outline. Now this bar here, if you drag this up, it'll basically rewind, go back the steps you want it to if you want to see any issues or errors you had before in your design tree, or if you want to see your previous state. So as we drag this along, you can see the different steps in the order that it was created. Now we can also reorder our features if we want, so we can drag our shell past our plane and vice versa, past our fillet, and it'll rebuild it each time. So that's the basics of the design tree. You got your planes up here. You always are going to have an origin, and after that you just have features and sketches. You can see our next feature was a cut extrude from sketch 3, and we added a plane, fillet, and shell. So all of our features from the first laid out sketches are in the features tab up here. It gives you the options for your different features. You got your basic extrude cut, revolved base, loft, sweeps, holes, linear patterned fillets. So any feature that you want to do to create a solid material of some sort is displayed here. And then when you're in sketch mode on a plane, you have your line tools, splines, circles, rectangles, and then your smart dimension, which you're going to be using a lot to lay down your dimensions, and then different other similar to the features but in sketch mode. Now moving on to evaluate, we have just a basic measuring tool. If you want to take a quick measurement of an edge or something, you can select that. It'll give you the quick values. Once you assign material, you can see densities. So that's the basics of those tabs. We won't get into the others yet. And then quickly just going over these basic buttons. Definitely have this pinned. Your normal to view is going to be very helpful when you're looking at sketches. So if you want to look at sketch 1, you can just hit normal to and it'll present it in a view that you want. The zoom tool basically just, if you have it super zoomed out, if you hit that, it'll just fill the screen nicely, and then you can drag to zoom in even more. Section view. So say we take plane 1, we click it, and then we can do a section view along that plane. That'll just cut the part in half, so you can see section view. Very useful tool. Now this icon here will display the different display states of how you want to display. If you want edges or just wireframe view, you can see hidden lines, so also very helpful. This similar to the normal view, but we can just display on the default top side and isometric views. So quick access to front, back, right, left, bottom, things like that. And then if you toggle this, it'll hide all your sketches and features. If you leave it on, it'll display any sketch you have turned on. That's about it for this basic interface video. I showed you briefly how the design tree works, features always from a sketch. I recommend putting fillets and minor features last in the design tree. You can switch up the order if you like, but that's the basics for now. There's a lot more features and sketch tools you can use that we haven't covered, but we'll get there eventually. Thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe to the channel and check out howitsdesign.com.